What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy C-Dub, aka Whit, coming at you guys with another commentary, and this time it's FLOJOS number 94. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all you Whit roll runners out there watching today's commentary. Thank you guys for clicking the vid. I'm gonna go ahead and put my request in now. I ask that you guys would hit that subscribe button, set the notifications, and if you do not have a YouTube account but you are previewing this video, I ask that you would pause the video right now, go and set you up a YouTube account, come back and hit that red subscribe button. Help your boy out. We are on our way to 400, 500, and then the big 1K being 1,000. So right now you see we're moving. We're going about 33 miles an hour. My heart rate is 160. We're going downhill a little bit. So I'm just cruising along. I got 108 revolutions per minute, but just cruising along. And I'm realizing that I'm just a little bit off the back. So I need to get tapped in to the Peloton. I have Fast Freddy Lindo in my rear view camera, and I'm just kind of hovering outside the Peloton, speeding it up a little bit, and I know that we're coming up to a climb. And with that knowledge, I know that the Peloton is going to slow up just enough that I can actually infuse myself and get hooked right in with the group. Also, be able to start conserving a lot more energy than being out in the wind by myself. So right now, as you see, we're going up the hill. We got a 1% grade, going 22, 21 miles an hour. Heart rate still at 164, 3% grade right now. And now I'm tucked in the group on the white line, moving up, making some progression. I'm a big guy, but I'm not too bad on the hills. I'm not anything to brag about, but I do all right. I do all right, and prayerfully, I will get even better. My wife has been requesting that I do a lot more hill climbing and mountain climbing just so that I can be stronger for the 2019 season, which starts in roughly 3 weeks. January the 20th is the first race of next year, which is CBR Dominguez Hill, put on by K&J Racing, and I'm super excited about that because I really want to do all 7 of those races to see if I can do an omnium or have some type of placeholder for that series. But right now you see I'm tucked in behind the orange jersey, black bibs. I believe it's I think that says Donnie's Cafe or something on his leg. I'm not sure, but just right now, tucked in right now. You see I got guys on my rear, on my tire, have a lady behind me as well in the green and black kit, and she's making her way up. So right now you see the pace is picking up, 27, 28 miles an hour. And if you look up the road, you see we have a little breakaway going on up there, as well as everybody's in a pace line. So pace is up, we're moving, and we're having to tuck in because that's what helps us to conserve a little bit of energy. And from what I've learned is that the person up front is usually working the hardest, as we know, and then everyone behind the next person is roughly working about 30% less than the person in front of them. So you see here we got some guys that came out the saddle and they're moving up. So what do? Is I jump off the wheel that I'm on. I jump on Fast Freddy's wheel because people are advancing up, and I want to be there. I want to be a part of that, and so we're just making our moves up. So right there, I let a little gap happen because I thought Mark was going to close that up, and as you look in the rear view camera, you see he's even falling back a little bit. So I think he just pulled from conversation with him earlier. He had pulled in the beginning of this, so that I'm assuming that's when he pulled. But you see there's a little gap behind me, as well as there's a gap in front of me. But I do know, and they're closing that thing down, so they're coming up, and I'm probably going to jump on one of those wheels. Actually, the Peloton, as I see here, the Peloton slows up drastically, and so we're able just to cruise right on in and stay connected to the group. And so right now you see the guy behind me, look at his face, he's breathing pretty hard because again, this is a good workout. So currently I'm at 173, 174 heart rate, and my max heart rate is 199. That actually went up at the last CBR race, 3 of 3. So heart rate is getting better, getting stronger. So that thing's going up, which means I can put a lot more effort into some of these rides before I am fully washed out. All right, so now again, tucked in, and I pull out to the left just a little bit just to see what's going on up ahead of me, just so that if any moves are happening and if I have some juice, I can make a move with that. Right now, nothing much going on behind me. You see everybody again, we're just making our way up, and we're just progressing on through the journey of this. Nice ugly face there. I see you in the back of me. I forget your name, and but we're gonna keep it moving. See, he's in the camera. Look, he's back there enjoying himself being on camera right there, and I like it. I like it. Adding some flavor to the commentary. But back there we also have Misiel or Alex back there with the green kit. He has the Trek Madone, a red Trek Madone with the red shoes, and he's back there yawning, talking about he's bored. He needs to move on up. I see you back there. But yeah, all is well. So right now we're just all hunkered in and just seeing who's going to take the charge up front to kick this thing up. As you see right now, the pace is 23, 24 miles an hour. Not a lot happening right now. You see we're bunched up just a little bit, and some people out of the saddle, and we're making our way. You see people kind of lightly pedaling, spinning, because again, we're not really going really hard. There's not hammering going on right now, as well as we're not climbing or anything like that. So the pace is at 26 miles an hour, and we're just cruising along here. People are probably trying to recover and get ready for someone that gets up front or even attempts to go for an attack to make a breakaway of some sort. They're waiting for that so that they have a little bit of energy stored so that they can make a move. Right there you see to the right is the FLOJOS kit designed by Nooks Design, one of the guys on PRT, my racing team. He is a graphic designer, phenomenal graphic designer, and he does a lot of the kits locally. So right behind me, actually to my right now, you have Rocket Rocha. You can't see him, he just came up, and that's him. He's on my left actually, so there he is a little bit in my rearview camera with the yellow and orange Specialized LA sprint bike. You see he's right here on my left, and he's making his way up. He was up front pulling earlier with the red Mavic shoes on. Those are his new kicks. Those things are nice. He just told me today that he bought some white ones, so that boy is going to be styling and profiling for the 2019 season. He's also rocking I think he's actually wearing the Black Panther kit with the white FLOJOS gilet over the top of that. And some of you don't know what the gilet is, that's pretty much just the vest. So right now, still tucked in on a strong wheel. I remember this guy from probably about 4 FLOJOS ago that I've done. And I remember he pulled like crazy. He pulled so hard that I think he even dropped me off of his pull. I wasn't able to stay on his tire, but right now doing pretty good. So all is well. Right now going downhill. You see Rocket Rocha right there, off to the left just a little bit. And again, we come up on a little bit of a climb. We're just to the left of Skydive Chula Vista. So you see people here making some advance moving up. We have right there, that is in the PRT kit, I think that's Ron Tello with the lime green. Yeah, that was Ron Tello with the lime green helmet on. Right now, again, we're climbing 3%. That's Nooks in front of me with the white helmet on, spinning with his bonk cleats on, like spinning like there's nothing. Easy day for him. The guy weighs 110, 120 pounds, and he climbs like it's nothing. Butter. With the Velovi bike right there, the light blue and black bike. And we see we got the cops here. This guy goes around us, and the cop starts to let his sirens go, letting that guy know, hey, you need to watch out now because you're being dangerous. So the cop signaled him. I actually slowed down right here thinking that he was going to pull the riders over, and I wasn't sure. You see it kind of bunches up here a little bit. There's a lot going on right here with the police car, with the white truck, you know, then with all of us cyclists right here. So I wasn't sure what was going on. We slowed up a lot. You see the MPH is down to 12 miles an hour. We really slowed up here because wasn't sure if we were getting pulled over, wasn't sure if that truck was getting pulled over. We didn't know what happened. So now we're kind of back in it. There's Alex right there with the green kit on, Cannondale kit, with the red POC socks and the red Trek Madone, beautiful bike he's got right there. Behind Nooks right now, and I am getting 0 draft. But we're not even going fast enough to even consider a draft. 15, 16, 17 miles an hour, nothing to be worried about. But we're going to kick up in 20 plus miles an hour range here very, very soon. Alex is getting a drink because we pretty much weren't going too hard. And as you see right now, 23 miles an hour, right back in the gun. So we're going, and right now I'm just to the right of Alex. And I like his little Garmin. A couple of guys on our team just got these from JR. He brought them, or actually shipped them from Hawaii. And pretty much what that little blinking thing does under Alex's saddlebag is it actually, there's a second piece that's on his handlebars that lets him know when a car is approaching from the rear. And it actually shows there's this dot that blinks as the car gets closer to you. So that little flashing red light right there actually tracks vehicles, and then it relays it to the additional piece that's on his handlebar. So if he looks down, he can actually see, you know, through this dot, this blinking dot, how far the car is, and as the car approaches to him, so he can stay safe. So it's a pretty cool little device there from Garmin. I can't remember the name of it, but it is a Garmin device. So right now we're going, again, the miles per hour is 29. Heart rate's up 172. I'm doing roughly 100 revolutions per minute, and we're about to come to I believe we're about to come to another little climb here in a moment. So you see here, I'm catching up again, going 23 miles an hour, and I'm trying to learn to allow my momentum to help me to catch up and pass people and not ride the brakes so much. And sometimes I find myself wanting to hit the brakes because I don't want to get caught out in the open. So I hit the brakes to stay in. But at the same time, I'm learning to allow my momentum to bring me up to the front, especially on a climb. And then because I'm probably not the strongest climber, more than likely not the strongest climber, that I will then get passed on the climb. But because I allow my momentum to carry me forward, I won't lose so many spots once I'm passed. So win-win for me and for everybody else. So they feel good when they pass me, and I feel decent when I pass them. So right now we're just tucked in, and again, I'm coming on the inside, staying on the inside right here, just away from the double yellow line. And again, there's Nooks right there, as well as you have Rocket Rocha to the left. He also has a little blinking Garmin that I just talked about. You see Alex in my rear view camera with, again, the green and black on. So right now we're just cruising along. This video is 22 minutes and 14 seconds. You are currently at 13 minutes, so we are over halfway there. Again, thank you for just taking this time and listening to me yap along. And I hope that this is some good information for you as we progress on. So right now you see there's like 3 lines up ahead of me. You got Nooks right here to my right with what we call the Black Panther Paddock Racing Team kit. And that's what I'm actually wearing. You see Freddie, a couple of guys up in front of Nooks. He's also rocking the Black Panther kit. And so I'm right here on the outside, and we're moving up. So I know that these guys look like they're being aggressive and are ready to progress forward. So I jump on that wheel to see how far they can carry me forward. So now you see Nooks and Alex in my rear view camera. You see Freddie right there with the PRT kit about my 1 o'clock. And so we're just making our way. Right now, again, 20 miles an hour. Heart rate is 165. So my heart's doing pretty good. Heart's doing really good right now. Once I get in the 180s, I start getting concerned. I start feeling it a little bit. I mean, I feel it the whole time, don't get me wrong, but I really start feeling it once I get to the 180s. Like 184 to 188 is when I really want to quit. Hey, write down in the comment section below, what heart rate do you start feeling it at? You know, if your heart rate is like 160, do you start feeling it at 140, 150? You know, or you actually, you know, when you get close to your max heart rate, then you start feeling it. Let me know down in the description below what your max heart rate is and when you start feeling it on your rides. So you see there with the pink Pac helmet on, also with the Black Panther kit is Mike, and he's another guy on the team. So we all rocking our Black Panther kit, and that was something through conversation that we had a few days prior to the ride. We all had agreed we're going to wear our Black Panther kit, and I'm gonna just put this out there now. We have two kits, Black Panther and Stormtrooper, that we race with. And right now, I don't plan on wearing my Stormtrooper kit until the 2019 season. But I was advised I need to break it in before race season, find the sweet spots in the chamois. Also, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys believe that there's sweet spots in the chamois, sweet spots in the saddle? Let me know in the description below. I want to see what your guys' feedback is. And also lets me know if you guys made it this far in the video. Otherwise, you just sped through and went right to the end. But right now we're at 16 minutes in, so we roughly have about 7 minutes left, and we are actually 6 minutes left, and we're almost done with this. So right now we're just making our way up. I'm on the outside again. Now I've got some wind in my face. You see my heart rate is at 180. My wattage is at 390. Going 24 miles an hour. I tuck back in really quick because we're coming up. I believe we're just around the corner from Pio Pico. Yep, there's Pio Pico right there. So this is just past half, but for me mentally, it's like, okay, I'm halfway there. Like we're almost to the end. I got Ron Tello on my rear, he's in the rear view camera right now with, again, his Black Panther kit with the black and lime green, or yellow, whatever color you want to call that helmet. The visibility helmet. He's passing me on the left right now, and you see Nooks coming up. You see Alex coming up. Everybody's making away. It's 21 miles an hour. My heart rate's at 175. We're going up just a little bit, nothing serious right here, but it goes up, and then it's like a small little roller. It's like up and then back down. So you'll probably see some legs stop spinning here in a minute, just because we're gonna start going down a little bit. But guys are probably gonna keep going, do some easy spinning to help purge out that lactate acid that wants to build up in the legs. And so we keep going. So right now, again, I'm outside again because I know at this point we're coming close to the you know, the finish, and you know, people are going to want to be getting to the outside. People that are on the right now are kind of boxed in. They can't make any moves unless the guys and girls on the left open up. Either one, they go past the double yellow line, like as you see now, I'm all the way to the left, or they just sprint from where they are on the westbound traffic. So, or excuse me, on the eastbound traffic as we're going eastward. So the guys that are on the white line, a lot of times they're boxed in. So what guys start doing is they start fighting to get to the outside, which would be closer to the double yellow line, so that they can have a more open pathway to get to the sprint finish. And so right now we're going 27 miles an hour. My heart rate's at 178. And again, like I said, once I get in the 180s, I feel it. So right now I bounced out a little bit. You see I'm pretty much right on the yellow line, and I'm moving up. You got Nooks in my rear view camera. You got Mike in front of me. And so we're moving up right now. Nooks is coming up. He's seeing me move up, so he's coming up. And from what I've been told, and so right there I was going to jump in there, but my momentum was carrying me. So I go around these guys, and I just move up. And you see here we got 3 PRT guys to my right. You got Jeffrey right there. You got Freddie, and then I believe that's JR all to my right. And then you got Ron in my rear view camera. So you got 5 PRT guys right here. This would have been the perfect time for all of us to communicate and all of us to move in unity, harmoniously, to just stick together and move up the peloton. This would have been beautiful to have seen that train just bump out to the left right there, go right to the next to the orange line, and make our way up. There's Aaron right there. There's Mark right there. So now you got 6 PRT guys together. And man, we didn't do anything with it. We should have stuck together. We should have communicated like we were taught in our training camp, and that would have been beautiful. But again, right now, so we're all moving up. Again, got Ron and Mark in my rear view camera right there. And you see these guys are hitting it. So 26, 27 miles an hour. My heart rate's at 185, 184. So I'm starting to feel it. Nobody's moving their legs. Again, this is where we're kind of going downhill right here. So I'm trying to hoping that I can recover real good. Heart rate went down just a little bit, but I'm still in the 180s. And it's like, oh man, I know we're getting closer to the finish. I mean, look at my power. My power was just like in the 20s and 30s, so it wasn't doing much there. But tucked in, got Ron on my wheel, got Alex out there. So Alex is looking to see when he can tuck in because the pace is picking up. We're going 27 miles an hour and we're getting closer and closer to the finish line. You got Frank right there, or excuse me, Frank right there in the Adams Avenue kit behind Ron. And so everybody's trying to hunker in because we're getting closer and closer to the finale. You know, nobody wants to be up front pulling. Nobody wants to be out in the wind. And so right now we're just in here. So I'm on this wheel, right? And everything is going good. Guys are falling back from pulling. And I'm on this wheel right here. I'm like, okay, we're going to do good. And I see him looking. He's looking, and he pulls off to the left. And I'm like, oh my God. So I got this big old gap in front of me now because those guys are punching it. They're hitting it. And so I come out the saddle, try to get it. My heart rate's at 186. I know I don't have it. But honestly, I don't want Alex to leave me. Here Alex is going right now. I see him, so I give another digger to try to stay connected to him. My heart rate's at 187. I don't have it. Here comes Ron. Here comes Frank. Here comes Mark. All these guys are now passing me. So now we're trying to move up and make way. But then Julius just got through pulling. He falls back. So what it does is it causes like the group to like flare, and you know, you got Frank right there. He stops pedaling, sits up. I'm on his wheel. I sit up, and I'm like, guys are still going. And I'm like, but the ride is not over. Ron is sitting up. Everybody's sitting up because we're close to the finish, but it's not over yet. And so I sit in my mind, said, you know what, push into the end. So I hunker back down. You see my wattage is up to 500, 400. My heart rate's at 184. I'm pushing it again because it's not done yet, you know. So I'm going. Nooks is easy spinning, but watch this. Watch my rear camera, what Nooks does. So he sees me come over the top of him, and he gets back in. And look, Nooks is going. He's coming. He went back to work. I passed Alex, and at the stop sign notification right here is the finish line. We make it to the end. Hey, guys, thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. On to the next one with your boy, C-Dub, a.k.a. Crit Whit. Peace.